What is going on, A1 gang? We're back with another video, and today we have a 2019 Porsche Cayenne S. And this is Rahul for you guys who've been asking.
How you doing? Yeah, Rahul Signh with Porsche Atlanta Perimeter. Happy to bring you this 2019 Porsche Cayenne S. Let's go take a look at it.
Take a look at the inside. Got the light bar that stretches all the way across the back of it. Say we got company. Let's go ahead and open up the tailgate back here. It's a lot of cargo space back here as well. Got nice mats.
Yeah, we keep the floor mats in the back until somebody buys it. You've got a cargo cover as well, so just keep your prying eyes out.
Yeah, and especially Christmas time, you got a lot of people that steal and stuff.
Oh man,
so
yeah.
You definitely gotta have that.
And then you've also got your spare tire assembly underneath here, and then this is a subwoofer for the Bose audio system.
Okay, yeah.
And you got a little extra storage room, I guess, there. If you got some tools,
Some extra
small
stuff,
items you
yeah.
wanna keep aside.
That's pretty cool that you still get a spare, because a lot of cars don't even come with spares nowadays.
Right.
So.
Now that is a compact temporary spare, but it's still built to fit in that space.
Makes sense.
Now I believe if you get the Burmester audio system, the upgraded audio system, I don't think you get a spare tire.
Yeah, because it's gonna take up that.
Takes up more room.
Gotcha.
These are optional 21-inch RS Spider design wheels. These are an upgrade over the standard wheels you get with the Cayenne S. So I really like this design. Really, really European, really flashy.
Yeah, I like it too. And the color is actually not a black color, because on camera it's showing up like it's black, but it's actually, what color did you say it was?
It's moonlight blue metallic. If you can catch it wherever the sun hits, you can kind of catch it over the mirrors here.
You guys see on the mirror right there, there it is right there, because it looks black from a distance. Yeah.
Moonlight blue metallic.
Yeah, like very beautiful. Yeah, you can really see it up front right here. You guys see it right there. The paint is blue.
And while you're up here, this does have the premium package, so included in that is LED headlamps.
Okay.
So these bulbs will never be replaced. They're much cleaner light.
Very nice. I like the design on it as well too. You got the LED strip down here.
Yep.
Very nice. So these are all your features, guys, and everything right here. You're getting 434 horsepower out of this thing.
434 horsepower in the S, and that's just the second in line. You know, you got your Cayenne S, GTS, They haven't released a GTS on the new body style just yet.
Mm-hmm.
That will be coming probably later in 2020, mid to late 2020.
Oh.
But you also have your Turbo and Turbo S. And then you also have e-hybrid versions of each of those as well. So you can have your performance, you can have some practicality as well.
Gotcha. So those of you guys that's looking for the performance is coming. Just hang on. So not a bad vehicle at all. Let's go on the inside and take a look around.
Yeah, the premium package really opens up some features on the inside.
Alright.
Like that passive entry, so as long as you got the key on you, let me show you that really quick.
Alright.
Okay. So I've got the key in my pocket right here, right? We just closed up. I can just tap that little section right on the handle to lock it back up. Once I want to get back in, just walk up, put the key in my hand, in my pocket. Oops. There we go. Just locked it by accident.
It happened all the time. My viewers already know. I always get stuck in the car, or I try to go open up the back door and it never opens for me. It always locks for some reason. So.
Well, hey, yeah, you know this thing works now. But yeah, I'll show you some of the features on the.
Alright. This interior is beautiful, guys. You also got memory seats over here as well. Normally you only get them on a driver's side, but you actually get memory seats on the passenger side as well. That's pretty cool. So.
And now every Porsche has the ignition switch on the left side. It is keyless. It does have a switch that looks like a key, but it is a keyless entry system instead of a push button.
Mm-hmm.
The reason they did that is Le Mans, the 24-hour endurance race back in the 50s, they used to have, well, even before that really, dating back to the 1910s I think, but they used to do it where the beginning of the race, the racers would run to their cars. So Porsche had this setup where as the driver was getting in, you know, as he's stepping into his car, he can turn it on as he's starting. It saves him about a half second, a second, and he gets a head start.
Makes sense, because I never knew that.
Yeah, they bring that over into their road cars today.
I never knew that at all.
But here's the interior layout. Given that this is the premium package, we have the 14-way adjustable powered seats with 3 seat memory positions. And as you pointed out, we got that on driver and passenger side. You got heated and ventilated seats, so heat and air conditioning in your seating surfaces, along with a heated steering wheel. And then, like I mentioned, the Bose audio system. And above us, the sunroof here. So the panoramic sunroof is also part of that premium package. So you see this pane of glass goes all the way back once we draw that shade back.
Yeah, so you stare at the stars at night.
Yep. And then it'll just be this front section that slides back, but it's a pretty sizable roof area.
Yeah, that thing is huge. It's massive.
I like driving around like this for the most part, just because it kind of makes the cabin a little bit more airy.
Yeah, it does feel,
still shielded.
Doesn't feel claustrophobic.
Right.
Opens it up a lot.
Turn this down a little bit. So, and this is the newest version of the Porsche Connect system. The Cayenne was the, no, actually, sorry, it was a Panamera that was the first new Porsche to debut this system. So it's all touch control. You've got a few controls down here as well. You know, you can scroll around here if you want to keep your fingerprints off the screen. Go back, you know, all the options that are up here are also reflected down here. But I like this layout, and you can reconfigure this as well. You can get in the settings and reconfigure however you want this set up. I'm trying to see.
Nice big map.
You got your nav screen. There is a service you can subscribe to, which will allow like satellite maps to appear on here too. So it gives you other connectivity options as well. And one thing I wanted to point out, now you see how the screen is clear? Now once I move my finger towards the screen, it'll detect that, you know, I'm about to make an option. It'll bring up other menu options. So if we pull away for a little bit, it'll go away after a little while, kind of open up everything you can view on the screen. I'll take a little
There it is. Yeah, it went away now.
Right. So yeah, if I just go right back, it's already prepped for me. Now you put it in sport mode, it'll tighten up the steering, add a little bit more firmness to the suspension. I don't know if you heard the exhaust note open up a little bit more. Yeah, it's got some kick to it. Might better hear that better on the outside.
Yeah, let me get out there and look. Alright guys, we're gonna let you guys hit the exhaust note real quick. Yeah, that thing growls. Yeah. Yeah, this thing is a beast, guys. Very nice.
That sound pretty good back there?
Yeah, I heard the snap, crackles, and pops.
Awesome. So I'll show you another thing. You have your sport mode, and you see it already put us in sport suspension right there. Put my seatbelt on to calm this thing down. You have 2 sport suspension settings. So if I tap that, you can see right here it's going chassis to sport, sport plus. That's just different levels of firmness in the suspension. Now you can also go into individual mode, and that way you can tailor, like, let's say you want comfort suspension but sport exhaust and, like, you know, it's just smooth steering. So you can tailor that individual mode to whatever you'd like. You also have oh wow. So you can see down here, all these aren't buttons as such. It's a haptic feedback touch panel. So I can, you know, there is a little bit of physical feedback that you'll feel just tapping these buttons. Like, it actually feels like a click. But what I've noticed is there's a couple options down here that are not equipped on this car, but it uses the same panel. So if you look at it and the sun's hitting it right, I see the e-power.
Yeah, I see that.
That's for the hybrid models. So that's that just prioritizes your electric motor over anything. And then I see power steering plus. That's a feature on some of the performance models, which gives you torque vectoring and, you know, just active power steering. So yeah, a little fun fact there. You can see all the options you don't have.
So yeah, at least they included it so you can see what you can have.
Yeah, see what you can work your way up to, right?
Yeah, very nice though. Got the Porsche clock right there as well.
There's an option to get the Sport Chrono package, which will give you a timer. So you can use that as a clock, but you can also use it as a lap timer. It changes up the dial everywhere.
Okay.
And then even if you can get over here, you'll see the dash panel. You still have an analog tach, so the rev counter's analog, but the screens on either side are LCD monitors, and you can cycle through different pieces of information using these steering wheel controls. So here on the speedometer, I can go for my mileage. There's a speed limiter you can set, just navigation options, and then your odometer. And then here on this side, as you cycle through, you got just general information, time and date. You've got your drive time, your trip counter. You got the nav screen that you can keep over here. It's better in your line of sight. And then a G meter, because this is a Porsche after all. Yes, it is an SUV, but it can handle. You know, this corner's every bit as good as a 911. It'll pull up to 0.91 on a skid pad, if y'all are some gearheads out there. And as we mentioned, this is the Cayenne S, 434 horsepower. So I'll get you 0 to 60 in about 4.5 seconds. It's also capable of towing up to 7,000 pounds. So this vehicle does have a tow package available, and it is equipped on this one.
So you can put your boat on and go to the lake.
Yeah. My favorite thing is, I see this every now and then. We go up to the racetrack a lot. Somebody will have their Porsche towing another Porsche, and that's just the move to me.
Yeah, keep it all in one family.
Yes, sir.
Alright guys, we're back. We're gonna go on a little test drive here, show you guys how it handles and drives. We're in the parking lot right now, so let's just give it a few seconds here.
Yeah, not much to see out here, but I will show you, this has that auto stop start feature. So when I come to a full stop here, I come to the stop sign, come to a full stop, the engine will cut off just to save fuel. It's really helpful in like stop and go, you know, hard bad traffic like we get here in Atlanta. Saves the fuel that you would waste idling. And then the startup and shut off is very smooth too. It's hard to tell, you know, when the engine comes on and off. Yeah, I had rented a Malibu a while back, and it had that feature. It drove me crazy because it was like kind of slow with the Malibu and cutting back on. Yeah, see, there's some cars I've been in where like the startup motor is very sudden, you know, it doesn't have that transition. So now I've noticed it cuts off right before I come to a, see, now I'm at a full stop. It cut off about a half second before that. Yeah, I know. So then the transition, did you even hear it turn back on? Nah, it was a smooth flow. Let's get back out on the road here. This thing is so quiet too. That's why it was hard to believe that it had 400 and some horsepower like that. Yep. Because it's super quiet, like in the inside. And well, now the engine's off too, so yeah, it's like quieter. But yeah, I mean, you know, Porsche builds sports cars, but they're a luxury automaker too. So you got to bring that in. This is a more, you know, this car has a wider audience.
Definitely. You see a lot of these on the road nowadays too.
Yep.
I still can't get over the fact that you got the memory seats over here, because it's like sometimes when my wife drives my car and then she'll have her seat all the way up or something like that, then I gotta go in there and fix it and do all of that extra stuff.
Well, what's even better is if you get into the system here, once you tie it to your seat memory, you can also tie that seat memory to your key. So let's say your wife has her own key and you've got yours. Whichever one you hit unlock, whichever one it detects when you use the passive entry, the comfort access entry, you know, just reaching your hand behind the handle, it'll automatically put the seat in that position based on which key unlocked it. So you don't even have to hit these buttons once you're set up if you have the keys coded in too.
Definitely a good feature. So it's already set up.
They think of everything.
Yeah, because I wouldn't never even thought of something like that.
It'll even give you a message that says, you know, welcome driver 1, welcome driver 2. You can configure that.
Yeah, so they got everything pretty much down pat.
There we go. Busy around the mall this holiday shopping.
Yeah, they getting them last minute gifts. So we're in normal mode right now, just cruising along nice and smooth. Once we get to the highway, I'll click it over to sport mode. We'll have a little bit more response, a little bit more engine noise. All right, we're about to hop on the highway. I'm going to go ahead and put it in sport mode, so we'll get a little quicker throttle response. Well, let me let these folks go ahead. I don't want to show off to them too much. You've also got manual mode with this 8-speed automatic transmission. So if I just slide it over, I can use the shifter or I can use these paddles. And I like the paddles because this is a Porsche. So you hear a little bit more of that engine note coming through, but otherwise road noise, exterior noise, still pretty muted. Thing definitely has some juice.
Yeah, I'm not really diving into it too much.
Yeah.
But if I want to, makes a pretty good snarl. Fact, that truck Sarnowski, they actually handle Porsche's display materials for like auto shows and stuff. Just noticed that. Yeah, see exhibit event services.
Yeah, I see that.
That's them. And then of course we got cruise control right over here. Turn that on, set it, we're all set. despite it being an SUV.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is a lot lighter than competitors like the Mercedes GLE and the BMW X5 or X6. It's about 200 pounds lighter than the competition, so that contributes to its handling. Nice little sideways motion, no body roll, lean, or anything like that. And we are back at the showroom.
And just like that, guys, this video is over with. Hope you guys enjoyed it. See you guys in the next. Thank you for watching.